Have you ever stopped to think about what you're really consuming on social media? Every day, millions of people mindlessly scroll through TikTok, absorbing music, trends, and messages that seem harmless. But are they? Mufti Menk has issued a serious warning about the hidden dangers of music and social media, and it's something every Muslim needs to hear. Music isn't just entertainment. It has a powerful effect on your heart, mind, and soul. TikTok, with its addictive content, often promotes messages that slowly pull people away from their faith without them even realizing it. What seems like a simple habit can actually shape your values, desires, and spiritual state. If you've ever felt distant from Allah or struggled to focus in prayer, this might be why. In this video, we'll uncover the dark truth behind TikTok and music, and most importantly, what you can do to protect your faith. 1. The influence of music is not just background noise. It has a deep psychological and spiritual effect on a person. Every sound we listen to influences our emotions and thoughts, whether we realize it or not. In Islam, the heart is the center of faith, and whatever enters it through our senses shapes our connection with Allah. When music contains inappropriate lyrics, messages of immorality, or themes that contradict Islamic values, it gradually impacts the listener's mindset. Many songs today promote desires, materialism, and a lifestyle that distracts from the remembrance of Allah. Over time, constant exposure to such content makes sinful actions seem normal and acceptable. The Quran warns about heedlessness, when a person's heart becomes desensitized to the truth. This is why scholars, including Mufti Menk, caution against the uncontrolled consumption of music. Unlike the Quran, which brings peace and strengthens faith, music often stimulates the nafs, self, in ways that pull a person away from spirituality. The Prophet ﷺ emphasized the importance of guarding our ears and hearts because what we absorb influences our behavior. In today's world, where music is everywhere, being mindful of what we listen to is crucial for protecting our iman. 2. Mufti Menk's warning. Mufti Menk has repeatedly warned about the dangers of music, especially in today's digital age, where it is more accessible than ever. His concern is not just about the melodies, but about the messages that come with them. Many songs promote a lifestyle that is completely detached from Islamic teachings, glorifying sin, love outside of marriage, arrogance, and materialism. When a person listens to such music regularly, it subtly shapes their thinking and emotions, making them more accepting of things that Islam discourages. Mufti Menk highlights that the real danger is in how music affects the heart. A heart filled with the remembrance of Allah is soft, peaceful, and guided. But when it is constantly exposed to content that pulls it toward heedlessness, it becomes distant from spirituality. He reminds us that whatever occupies our heart leaves little room for Allah's remembrance. Another warning he gives is about addiction. Music is designed to be catchy and repetitive, making it difficult for people to stop listening. Over time, it becomes a habit, and giving it up feels challenging. Mufti Menk advises replacing harmful habits with beneficial ones, like listening to the Quran or Islamic lectures, to maintain a pure and spiritually strong heart. 3. TikTok's hidden impact. TikTok has become one of the most influential platforms in the world, shaping trends and behaviors at an alarming rate. While it offers some beneficial content, much of what goes viral promotes distraction, immodesty, and a lifestyle centered around seeking attention. The nature of the app, short, addictive videos, keeps users endlessly scrolling, often without realizing how much time they are wasting. This constant exposure to fleeting entertainment weakens focus self-discipline, and even spirituality. One of the biggest concerns about TikTok is how it normalizes haram content. Many trending videos feature inappropriate music, dance challenges, and themes that contradict Islamic values. Without conscious awareness, users absorb these influences, slowly desensitizing themselves to what Islam warns against. Mufti Menk has cautioned that what we consume online directly impacts our thoughts and actions, shaping our desires and priorities. Another hidden danger is how TikTok encourages self-validation through likes and views. This can lead to an obsession with worldly approval rather than seeking the pleasure of Allah. Instead of spending hours on content that weakens Iman, Muslims should be mindful of their digital consumption and replace harmful scrolling habits with beneficial alternatives like Islamic reminders and knowledge-based videos. 4. Spiritual consequences. When a person constantly consumes music and social media content that promotes worldly distractions, it gradually weakens their connection with Allah. The heart, which should be filled with remembrance of Allah, becomes occupied with temporary pleasures. Over time, this leads to a state of heedlessness, where acts of worship feel burdensome and sins no longer cause guilt. This is one of the most dangerous spiritual consequences of excessive exposure to music and platforms like TikTok. The Quran describes how the heart can become hardened when a person repeatedly ignores divine guidance. Music and social media often serve as tools that keep people engaged in entertainment while distancing them from self-reflection and spiritual growth. Instead of finding peace in prayer and the Quran, many seek comfort in distractions, numbing their hearts to the reality of the hereafter. Mufti Menk warns that one of the tricks of shaitan is to make sins seem harmless and enjoyable. Music and endless scrolling may feel innocent, but they gradually build a habit of neglecting more meaningful pursuits. To protect one's faith, it is essential to be mindful of what enters the heart and replace harmful influences with beneficial ones that bring a person closer to Allah. 5. Islamic perspective. Islam teaches that every action we take, including what we listen to and watch, affects our heart and soul. The Quran and Hadith emphasize the importance of guarding our senses, as they are the gateways to our faith. Allah says in the Quran, "And do not follow that of which you have no knowledge. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, about all those one will be questioned." Surah Al-Isra 17:36. This verse reminds us that what we consume through our ears and eyes has consequences in both this life and the hereafter. Scholars, including Mufti Menk, stress that constant exposure to un-Islamic content can weaken one's spirituality. The Prophet ﷺ warned against music and distractions that lead people away from the remembrance of Allah. In contrast, listening to the Quran and beneficial knowledge brings light to the heart and increases faith. Guarding one's ears and eyes is not about deprivation. It's about protecting the soul from influences that can lead it astray. Islam encourages replacing harmful habits with pure and meaningful alternatives. Being mindful of what we consume is a step towards strengthening our connection with Allah and living a life that aligns with our purpose as Muslims. 6. A better alternative. Instead of allowing music and social media distractions to consume our time and energy, Islam encourages us to engage in habits that bring us closer to Allah. One of the most powerful alternatives is listening to the Quran. The words of Allah have a healing effect on the heart, bringing peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose. Many people who replace music with Quran recitation find their hearts becoming more at ease and their minds more focused. Islamic lectures, reminders, and nasheeds with meaningful messages are also great alternatives. Scholars like Mufti Menk often share wisdom that not only strengthens faith, but also helps navigate the challenges of modern life. Surrounding oneself with beneficial content ensures that our thoughts and emotions are aligned with Islamic values rather than being influenced by trends that weaken Iman. Another key habit is dhikr, remembrance of Allah. Engaging in dhikr while commuting, working, or during free moments helps cleanse the heart and keeps one mindful of the bigger purpose in life. When we consciously choose what we expose our hearts to, we protect our faith and strengthen our spiritual well-being. True contentment comes not from distractions, but from a deep connection with Allah. The content we consume shapes our hearts, minds, and connection with Allah. Mufti Menk's warning reminds us to be mindful of what we listen to and watch. Instead of filling our time with distractions, let's choose content that strengthens our faith and brings us closer to Allah. May Allah guide us to what is pure and beneficial and protect our hearts from harm. Comment, Ya Allah, fill my heart with your light and guidance. If you want to strengthen your faith. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pure Deen for more Islamic reminders.